All right, we're going to do a short lecture, and I've been told I specifically read slides to you. That's all I ever do.
Yeah.
So just for that, we're watching slides.
Hey, you know what?
I'm not going to read them this time. You're going to have to read them.
For you, so if you want to like bring people up who are willing to testify in your defense, I'll put this dude in his place.
Yeah,
20% extra credit.
I believe this is the first one you've actually.
I said this second for the slides we've had. I mean, in this class, I've only done 2. Okay, I made this a couple semesters ago. It's just real short, like 8 slides long about what GPS is. Okay. All right, just a short presentation. I'll make sure I read it to you. Just a short presentation on how to read the coordinates. Next slide. All right, what if I was to say, you know, can you go fix the sprinkler? Could you fix it? Well, okay. Assuming you knew how to fix sprinklers, could you find the sprinkler to fix it?
Yes, sure.
If you got a picture, obviously you could, if it's done correctly. Prime example, you know, I imagine that I went to Sonic 400 times lately. But I went the other day and I forgot to write down the time I got there. It's like, crap, what am I going to do? I knew when I left, but I forgot to write down the time I got there, so how do I fix it? Well, whenever I get to a location, I take a picture of my answer sheet so they stay in order in my photo album. Like, wait a minute, I get a picture when I first got there. Pull up the exit data, see the exact time, boom, know exactly when I arrived, so not a problem. So, you know, it's when I do like these mystery shops, you know, sometimes they ask you, did you really show up at this time? I'm like, look at the pictures. Because a lot of times I go to gas stations and their cash registers are wrong. Off by hours, days, even years sometimes. And they're like, did you really? No, you know, just look at the exit data, you'll see it's correct. Because I take a picture of the receipt. But, you know, they're not going to know how to do that. But I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so could you find the sprinkler? Actually, you could. Here's how GPS is laid out, okay? Now, depending if you're going east or west, north or south, that's where the approximate numbers are. And like negative 35 latitude to positive 35 latitude, there's a big difference. So leaving off the little negative can cause big differences sometimes, okay? From an image now, we have what's called exit data, EXIF data. And you can see stuff like this. Let me show it to you. Okay. So this, the whole idea behind this lab came a couple years ago when there's a big deal in the news that Apple tracks where you go whenever you take a picture. Well, they all do. Okay. Apple, pretty much everybody, if you have a GPS-enabled device, does this. Okay. Now, did you all know that prior to Bill Clinton, there was actually a hard-coded error in the GPS system? Every so often, it would send out data that was just off. They did that so it wouldn't be as precise for civilian purposes.
That way you could adapt it.
Right, you couldn't drive a car based on it or something. They wanted it to be really good for the military, somewhat good for everything else.
That was back when they were the PS2 processors were going to be used in this.
So nowadays, I mean, GPS is used for a lot of stuff. There's a lot of self-driving cars now. There's just tons of stuff. Okay, so we're going to see where to see all this stuff. Okay, you can very easily convert between, you know, hours, minutes, and seconds, which is the top one, to a decimal value. The easiest way, just go to a website. Okay, you guys will have to do some of this kind of stuff. Not much, but just a little. But, you know, it's not hard to do. I give you a web link there, and it brings up this exact form, and you put it in and convert to decimal, or the form below it, you put it in decimal and converts hour to minute and second. So it's not overly tough to do, okay? And I'm actually going to show you how to do that. Okay, so where is this? Actually, that sprinkler is actually right there, which is, well, it was right in the middle of that field there. Who knows if it's even there anymore after the construction, so they probably destroyed it. Okay, other ways to convert, Google Earth, perfect. Picasa, GeoSatter, Exif Reader, there's tons of different tools out there to convert GPS data.
GIS.
Yeah, and view it and everything. Or you can just search DMS to DD. Okay, not Dungeons and Dragons. Is that still a game?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, here's how you do it though. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, which is equal to 3,600 seconds. So 1 degree, you know, basically that's how it works. And, you know, the math is not that hard. You could actually go to the bottom and do the dividing out yourself. But, you know, it's really pretty simple just to use tools to do it for you. Okay, so it's pretty simple. So that's just basically how it works. Now I'm going to show you actually how this stuff works. Okay, up inside of D2L for your course, I did it in both of them. Up inside of this course, under the Content tab, you will see Software Needed, and I put some more tools in here at the bottom. All the tools I'm going to talk about, I put them at the bottom there. They are .ex underscore or .zip. Ex underscore, you know, just renamed exe. Everybody okay with that? I can't put an exe up there, won't let me. Okay, so they're up there, easy enough to find. So let's talk about them, okay? EXIF Reader, do I have it in here? Do I have it in here? I do not. These are not your pictures, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Last year's pictures.
Those are last year's pictures. I'm going to copy this one out here. I'm going to go back in. So these are actually last year's pictures, so we're going to talk about some of them. I'm going to take this EXIF tool, just drop it in the same folder, okay? Do not, just click on it.
Oh, come on.
It's going to be another foremost. I've been clicking on this for 4 days, and it won't do anything. Okay, it won't do anything.
It doesn't work.
Well, sooner or later you get to how to run it, okay? So what you can do with this, let's just take like this picture right here. You can take this photo and drop it on top of EXIF tool, and then run. And it pulls up lots of data. Okay, I know it's hard. Well, maybe I can change the font of it. Let's see. Can I change the font? Let's go to, let's see, the console 20. There we go. Can you see it a little bit better? Okay, we're going to scroll up to the top. Now, I will tell you that what you see varies by the device they were taken with, what type of, just everything. Okay, some will have more than others. Okay. And it can actually be modified. I actually modified some of them this year. So, sorry about that. I mean, I did not want to drive to the top of, what's that mountain?
Scott?
What's the highest mountain?
Everest.
Everest. I didn't want to go there, but I went there.
Sure you did.
Okay, so let's just look at some of this stuff. We can look at the tool, we can look at your file name, basic stuff like that, dates and times. Didn't we do a project with dates and times and the dates were changed, or was that in the other class? Other class? Okay. Well, let me explain to you something. I can change the file name. Okay. I can go into a picture, you know, when you save a file, you know, it's got a date and time on it. That's, I mean, a darn thing. This GPS time is what's more important. Now, yes, I can change this as well. But for that project in question, what I did was I actually changed the date on my phone. I think I did. It was a few days off.
You want to change your background?
Yeah,
too.
it was the other guy.
In the iPod.
Okay, I did. I changed the date, then took the pictures and changed the back, so they actually had a different date on them. But GPS date is still correct. Okay.
Some of the times in
How did you get the modification date different than the creation date? You seem
I actually didn't modify this at all. Unless I modified it on my phone, which I don't think I did. Well, actually,
because modified time is 3 years before it was created.
yeah, that's because I did some, maybe I did screw with these. I screwed with some. I don't remember what I screwed. These are actually last year's pictures anyway. Okay. But, so, you can also see the permissions, read, write, so on and so forth, what type of file it is. I can see the make of the camera. It's an Apple iPhone 4. Okay. Okay. I actually had it rotated 90 degrees clockwise. In other words, the phone was turned sideways when I took it. It's kind of cool. Okay, I can see orientation X, Y was 72 each. You know, if it's in inches or whatever it was, let's continue down a little bit more. So you can just see there's a lot of information. You can see the date and time of the original. The aperture setting. You can see the flash. The flash was set to auto but did not go off. So obviously if it went off at night, it would have been on. So that kind of stuff, easy enough there. You can see the focal length, you know, where it was focused out to, how far out. The digital zoom was actually set to 4.493333. So there's a lot of data built into this stuff.
I could take your average body inches and actually place a camera pitch
What?
in space.
Well, the date and time listed for creation was actually today.
I could have copied the thing, yes. So that might be reading the actual file itself.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, it could have been.
You know what
Hey, shh. But I need to write a note on the board again. All right. All right. Then we get to GPS data down here. North and west, it's above sea level. There's the GPS timestamp. It's 2:59. It tells you how was my direction reference. It was to true north. The image direction was at 268 degrees. Do you know how that all works? You have like 0, 90, 180.
I took navigation.
Yeah, okay, so 268. See, 180 is down here. So probably about west, close to west. So, okay. So you can figure that out. You actually do need to do that kind of stuff on this lab. So, all right. It was a JPEG old style. Okay, keep going on down. And you can see the aperture was 2.8. You can see the altitude was taken 367.2 meters above sea level. So, lots of data. You can also see the latitude and longitude. Okay. So a lot of stuff is built right in. You can see the image size. You know, it's a 5 megapixel and all this stuff. Okay. Now, when you're done, you just hit any key and it goes away. Okay. Now, what you need to do for this project, again, these are last year's pictures. It's the same type of thing this year, just different pictures and different questions. But part of the project is to read the exit data. Okay. But it's not all of it. So if you were in a crime scene working with pictures, what would you look at? I mean, what would you do? You would, first of all, look at the exit data. That's kind of important. Where were they taken? But what else would you do?
Try to recreate it.
You could recreate it where they were taken, definitely. What else?
Look at the picture.
Look at the pictures themselves. So the picture that got everybody last time was I had a picture that weighed 20 ounces. How can a digital picture weigh 20 ounces? Well, if you have 5 4-ounce burritos, they weigh 20 ounces.
You're evil. I tell you, you are so evil.
Okay, there's 5 of them in there. So, all right. So just stuff like that.
This is why you don't have
And it's like I said, which picture had a red RCA? Well, if you were to go over here, there's an RCA tape right back there. See it?
No.
There, that was last year. This year's even better.
See, I tell you.
No. All right. I asked you things, you know, what's located in a certain address, which type of picture has a flower at a certain position, stuff like that. I say things like, which picture has a certain set of numbers on them, and well, you know, you can read them on short. So part of it is to actually look at the pictures. Part of it is to look at the EXIF data. Part of it might be to recover where they came from. And if I asked you the question, fried or extra crispy, what would you say? No, if I said grilled or extra crispy, what would you say? It's grilled, obviously.
Oh, yeah, chicken.
I ordered extra crispy chicken. Grabbed it, drove home. I'm like, are you serious? So I took a picture. Next day, drove up, handed my receipt, showed them the picture. Is that extra crispy? No, exactly. That's my point. So that's
They knew
supposed
what was
to be.
healthier for you.
They didn't check the exit. They were being nice to you.
They didn't check it. Okay, but you know that's pretty much what you have to do. Now I'm going to show you a couple of the different tools you can use. Okay, up there I included obviously EXIF tools up there. You just unzip it, it runs. Easy enough. You just drop the pictures on. You can actually read and write with that. Now I'm going to show you EXIF Pilot. Just rename it to EXE. I think this has to be installed. Yeah, I'm going to have to install it real quick. Hold on. I agree. These might be viruses, so use them at your own risk.
That's why we have the end, right?
That's why there's something called format reinstall. All right. So I'm going to go over here to, where is mine? The desktop.
Trusting you.
How can I, okay, I got to find my desktop. Hold on. There's desktop. Forensics. Lab 10. Photos to use. All right. Here are some photos. Okay, this is called EXIF Pilot. This actually requires EXIF Reader, the EXIF tool, the one I just showed you. it requires it to be in the same directory where the photos are. So that's why I made sure that inside these photos over here, EXIF tool is inside the same directory because it uses it to read and write. Okay, so I can go in here and I can pick. Let's pick quickly. Photo 1. Remember this pipe here? Yeah, it was funny. I was given a house in Del City, and basically it was my ex-mother-in-law's house, and she hadn't lived there for like 7 to 10 years. Hole in the roof like this. You could see the sun. It was all moldy and nasty and falling apart. Got it all fixed. Spent like $37,000 on it. Son moves in there. Right after he calls me, Dad, the sewer's backing up. I'm like, what the hell is going on? The house behind us actually had sewer work done. So they were digging up the sewer line and found my sewer line. Chopped mine off, put theirs in the same hole, and put the dirt back in. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, so it sucked. But okay. But under picture 1 here, okay, actually let me show you another way first. This is photo 1. Okay? This is just in Windows Explorer. I can right-click on it and I can do properties. Everybody seen this before. But I don't know if you know this, but you can actually go to details.
No way.
And you can see quite a bit of data. Okay, I can see, you know, what the sharpness level was. There's an Apple iPhone 4. You can change possibly some of it. I'm not totally sure.
What do I gotta download to do that?
See if it took it. I don't know if it does. Yeah, it does require a brain. At least somewhat. Did it save the It did save the change. See, I just took that with a new phone. Nice. Cannot change all of it. You cannot change the GPS data. Okay. Seriously, some stuff you can't change, some stuff you can. But you can read some of it, which is kind of cool. So back over here in EXIF Pilot, so this is my photo. I can actually see some of the data here. I know it's hard for some of you to see, but trust me, you can. I can also click EXIF here and see more of the data. Okay? It actually shows some fields in here that Windows ain't going to show you. So just looking at Windows properties or even Mac file info is not going to show you. If you have a Mac, use Preview, Tools, Show Inspector. That shows you all the EXIF data. Okay, those of you who have a Mac, easy enough to do. So it's Preview, Tools, Show Inspector, easy enough. But this will actually show you more of the EXIF data. And you can actually even go down here and edit. You can look at EXIF, you can look at GPS, you can look at IPTC, and you can also look at additional tags. There is a few additional tags available. Obviously, I used some of them.
Only a few?
And obviously, I used a few of them. So you might have to look at a few more than you can see in Windows. Darn the bad luck. The point is I want you to play with, I want you to use all the features of this stuff. I don't want you to just do little crappy stuff. Okay.
We promise to learn the tools if you'll be nicer.
And you can also do selected tags, and you could add, like, I only want to see such and such. So you could actually edit what you see. But you can do this very easily for each picture. Just keep going down the list, and it will change as you're doing it. Easy enough. You can actually go in and edit stuff in here. Like I could go in and change whatever I felt like. I could go in and change this to whatever I felt like. But I will tell you, what are we on? So we were on Exposure Pro. Well, let's find something better. Let's say make is Apple. Okay. If I asked you which picture was taken with a Samsung phone, and you went in and changed this to Sam, and saved it, that doesn't mean that's going to be the right answer just because you changed the data. Okay. So even though I'm showing you how you can change it, you still have to go by what I give you. So don't change it. Oh, but this one said no, it doesn't. You changed it. Okay. That's Samsung anyway. It's a new phone. It's a new phone on the market. It's much better than any other crappy one you guys have. Okay. So everybody okay on EXIF Pilot? Pretty simple to do. Make sure EXIF tool is in the directory with the pictures. And you can bring them up, you can preview them, you can do all kinds of stuff with them. Okay, let's move on to another tool. Okay. Last year I never did cover the tools, so you're getting there. So there's EXIF Pilot, there's EXIF Tool, GeoSetter. I'm going to warn you on these next couple, on two of the tools I'm going to show you, by default, they're going to scan your entire computer for pictures. So, if you have lots of pornography you don't want someone to see, they will appear here. I'm just warning you. I'm just saying. So I found a way to quickly turn it off. But
You're telling me I can do a wget on this on someone's machine and find all the photos they have and post?
well, this by default, I think it scans like my pictures, my documents, and all this crap. It scans most places, and it actually adds them very quickly. I'm like, oh, crap. So, I'm not saying that. You know, sometimes you end up with stuff you don't always intend to have. So now I'm going to launch GeoCetter here. Again, these tools are all in the software needed folder. And there's tons more, okay? So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to say okay and probably regret it. Okay, this computer has nothing on it, which is nice. Wow.
I see you are researching the Mazaran.
Oh, and it wants to tell you, hey, there's a newer version of Exit. No, we are okay. We already got the one in there. Now, what I can do here, I can actually bring this tool, go into my photos. And so where was this coffee picture taken at? Anybody know? Well, if I was to bring up this data right here, now you know where it was taken. I mean, right there.
It's taken somewhere here in Oklahoma.
So, let's take this coffee picture and dump it in here. Oh, look, that's where it was taken. And it actually will show you this was taken
Somewhere in Oklahoma.
in Oklahoma. Ah, shit, hold on. Where'd it go? Too far. Come on, go back out. It's not the easiest tool. But let's go 1, 2, 3. Hey, hush. So you can actually see where this picture was taken and what the heck is this arrow thing. The way I was looking. So kind of a cool tool. Okay. So you agree, pretty awesome tool, and you can add all your pictures there and do it. Again, it does show you up here, but this one shows you graphically where it was taken. All right, that's all you really need to see about this tool. Now let's do Picasa. Again, I'm renaming all these to EXE because you cannot run an EX underscore. I actually got a complaint from someone that all I do is tell you guys to Google something.
Well,
The best IT guys know how.
Some people have said they pay good money for me to tell them to do how to do stuff, not Google.
well, you should tell them to Google.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just amazing.
Obviously they weren't.
You get a little better, hopefully. Wow. Well, it you know, there's some things like I don't think it was one of you, but remember when we had to retrieve the keys last week? Somebody came into my office working on it for hours, days, all week and couldn't figure it out. So we sat in the chair. Ashley sat in Cameron's chair. Said, "Okay, what type of system was it?" So we told me, Cisco. So I bring up Google. I type in Cisco. What do you want to do? I want to see the RSA keys. See, RSA, and I said, "What's the name of the key?" My pub key RSA. Hit enter. Boom, right there. I mean, he's like, "Seriously?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's you know, if you ask Google the right thing, it knows everything." And you know, I hope I tell you guys, I explain how to do stuff, but I'm not going to hold your hand on everything. I'm sorry, that's not going to work. Exactly. All right. Now, I figure if I sit here and say, "Okay, now everybody, the answer is 5. Type 5." That ruins the whole thing. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Search my whole computer.
Yes.
Or only search my documents. So you really don't have a...
On this computer, let's search your entire computer just to see.
Okay, I doubt there's much on here. There shouldn't be much of anything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Who knows who else uses this? Don't use the photo viewer. Not now. Get rid of the stupid web interface. We don't want the crap. I think if I go Tools, a folder manager,
Search the entire.
uncheck these, remove. That's how you turn it off. You can go in here and say remove. If you do it quick enough, maybe your porn stash will not be detected. All right, there you go. Now it's not doing anything. Y'all see how I did that? Okay. Not that I knew how to do that or needed to know how to do that. I'm just showing you how to do that. So if you want to tell it to stop, it was under Tools, Folder Manager. And by the way, Roy told me how to do it. If that tells you anything. But Roy asked Google. So, I mean, literally, Google. How do you stop? Oh, just. So let's actually add desktop back in there so I don't have to dump all the pictures in there. But scan once. Okay, we're going to add my desktop back in there. And it should bring up the pictures. Wow, there's lots of crap in here. Okay, I forgot there's a lot of folders in here.
Screenshots.
Forensics. Where is... Okay, you know what? Forget that. Let's just turn that off. Don't scan. Okay. So we already saw where this was taken. No, we saw where...
The copy.
Let's see where that pipe was taken. I can actually take that pipe and drop it in here, and it comes right on up. And if I remember right, it's this one. There it is. Now you can see exactly where that sewer pipe was taken in Del City. Okay?
The house that you had your sewer line cut.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's right. There. That's it right there. That's just that house. I think. Yep. It's this house right here is the house I own now.
There's actually a road called Del Rancho.
Is there a Del Rancho on Del Rancho Road?
Actually, there's a Del Rancho, was a Del Rancho on 15th Street. It was right here, but now it's a bar, I think. Come for the bar, stay for the party, or come for the beer, stay for the party, or something.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
There was a Del Rancho there. All right. And in theory, in case you're wondering, a little history here. You know, there was an apartment complex here, which is now torn down. There was an apartment complex here, which is now torn down. Supposedly, the land's actually owned by Indians, and they're going to put a casino there. And supposedly, that neighborhood where I own that house is one of like 4 in the nation that has this certain type of house. And they're going to want to restore them all to the original with the stupid scalloped wood along the top. And, you know, old-time street lights and all this crap, which would be nice. They'll pay me to do it.
Be
But,
nice. I mean, they could probably work something out with the.
But right now, it's kind of like half Section 8, you know, half crap. So, but very nice tool for finding locations and stuff. Okay. So there's Picasa. Picasa is made by Google, but I put the file up there for you already. So not a problem there. And the last one is Google Earth. Now, there is like 57 million other products out there. I only just picked a couple of them. Okay? What now?
Are we going to have to use all of them?
Oh, no. The first one I gave you is all you really need. But it might be easier to find a couple of them using the graphical ones. So, come on. Google Earth takes a tad bit longer to install.
All of them look at every single pixel.
Yes. No, there's a couple of them which, on purpose, we made them very easy. Okay, there was one.
There's just one.
All right. All right, we can get out of there. Okay, Google Earth is kind of cool. Like, where do you want to go? Let's go to Panama Canal. You can actually zoom right on in down here to the Panama Canal. Okay, so it's kind of cool.
Let's go to Kim's house.
Okay, you can also, I think there's a way to clear this somehow. I don't know how, but you can take photos and you could dump. Let's see.
Just dump the photo in.
You can dump a picture in theory. Oh, we had an issue with this earlier. How do I clear this? Go away.
The X?
Is there an X?
Drop it into places, not search.
Yeah. Okay, places. Let's drop it in here.
No. Oh. Oh.
Okay, there's latitude, longitude. It got me that. View, latitude. Can I do this? No? Well, hell, there's some way to view this thing in here.
You can always Google it.
Yeah, hey, Google, how do I use you? Now, you can just drop it here, but what it's really doing is just overlaying a picture on top of it. Probably not what you want it to do.
Look at now it's fried chicken. Grilled chicken.
All right, so
Sorry, I was reading the receipt.
yeah, and I don't think me and Roy were able. We actually couldn't figure out how to get rid of the damn. We did that. But yeah, we couldn't.
It's a layer on the left side. See where it says temporary places? Uncheck that and it'll go away. It's a layer in the system, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, but in the past, it was very easy to do. I'll be darned. We didn't play with this one enough today, but you can use this.
Hold
Okay.
on. There's a flight simulator there?
Where? Where?
Right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're going down. We're going down fast. Oh no.
This must be a learning experience.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Probably. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting close to. I need to end up in the water.
He's spiraling out of control.
Oh no! So the point of this is Google Earth has got a lot of fun stuff. But beyond that, I don't know what will happen once I keep going down. Doesn't Google stop a few hundred feet off the ground?
Oh no!
We got to watch the rest of this.
Found water!
And and I died. All right. So, but Google Earth is kind of cool if you want to see places. Yes, I suck at it.
Now
I
go to
suck.
the military base and see if the charger flights.
Area 51.
Wow.
See, I've actually been to Ramstein, Germany,
Nice, why don't you just have now?
and it took me a lot longer to get there than this.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yep. It's actually cool. I worked right over, let's see. I worked right here for years.
Nice.
What was kind of cool about this place was right, it's obviously changed, but there used to be a building right here now where there's this huge hole. But we every day at work, this building, no one ever went in, no one ever came out. Nobody. So we approached our commander, we said, hey, we'd like to see what's in that building someday. Because it was, we had 24-hour shifts. Nothing ever changed. So finally the commander says, okay, on such and such a day, be outside the front door at a certain time if you want to see what's in the building. So we all show up, obviously. It's like on a Saturday morning. They open the door. It's actually a live MiG in there that when some guy defected and landed at Ramstein was stored in this hangar. So we're like, wow, that's amazing. So they gave us a little tour. We went home, I think it was Saturday morning. Come back in Monday morning, fully functioning fire stations in there. We're like, what the hell? Saturday there was a darn MiG jet in here, and Monday morning it's a fully functioning fire department. That was weird. I think they showed it to us because they were getting ready to move it. It was weird, but kind of a cool tool, Google Earth. The other ones are easier to see GPS coordinates for photos.
I tried looking up Kadena Air Base, and where I worked was all jungle.
But I worked out here for years, and we'd what was kind of cool is you see these long roads here. We would wait until there used to be an end over here. We wait until they're really icy, and we had this tractor, big old tires in the back, small ones on the front. We'd drive backwards in the ice as fast as we could and spin the wheel and go. But the taxiways were so wide, you didn't have to worry. Even if you went off the edge, there was nothing but grass. So you didn't have to hit a building or a tree. So we had a lot of fun. Because you can see these are actually quite wide taxiway. There's nothing to worry about. So, kind of cool. I don't know what it's got to do with this project at all, but okay. Now let's actually talk about the actual rest of the project. Okay, the pictures again I showed you were last year's. That's fine. Now I'm going to actually show you the assignment here, and we'll talk about the questions. All right, to gain understanding, how do you analyze data? You do not have to create a map this year. Just answer the questions. Right? Last year you actually had to create a map. You don't have to this year. Okay? Just answer the questions on the quizzes, and they're below. Which photo was taken in the middle of the eye of Sahara? Eye of the Sahara. So you might want to find that picture. You might want to find out what that is first. It would help. I'm just saying. Okay. Which photo was possibly taken out of this world? That's a good one. I come up with that one. Oh, by the way, there's 20 pictures and 20 questions.
Dang. So there's a question.
One photo per picture. You can't duplicate. It's like if you said the fried chicken picture was for one of these, it wouldn't work for anything else. So remember, it's one for one. Once you use it, you can't use it again. I mean, you can. Let's get it wrong. Which is the smartest picture here? One of them smarter than the rest.
So is it a picture of Smarties?
Here's the best one. Which picture contains a broken sock? Oh, you're going to love it. When you find it, you'll be like, that's awesome. That's perfect. That was a combination of me and Roy both on that one.
Really?
Which picture was taken with the toaster? That was good. I actually used the toaster to take a picture. So that was good. Which photo has a unique EXIF version when compared with all other photos? That's some exit data. Look at the EXIF version, and one's different than all the rest. Which picture was taken at this altitude? One of them was, obviously. Who has the receipt? The clerk, the banker, the cashier, or the customer? Somebody has it. You'll find it. Which photo was digitized at a certain time? Again, that's EXIF data. Which direction was I facing when I learned that the Loves was opening soon?
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
When you say digitized, exactly what do you mean? Because there's a creation date, modified date.
There's a entry called digitized.
It is. It said okay.
Yeah, it specifically says digitized. Good question, though.
Yeah.
It is digitized. All right. Which photo has an exposure time of 1/24th of a second? Which picture had the flash turned on? Which photo contains these numbers? Which photo was taken at the height of Mount Everest? So you have to do a little bit of work. Which picture was taken in Goldsby, Oklahoma? Which picture was copywritten by Roy Baggett of the Fourth Firecracker Syndicate? No idea what it meant. That's what Roy came up with. So. Which month are the space explorers coming? They're coming.
Hot dog's favorite.
What is the hot dog's favorite radio station? What is the top secret password? What photo contains a close-up of pump number 2 from Shell, advertising V-Power with a picture of an awesome Chevy Volt behind it? So, one of these is quite easy to find. Now I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to go over here. I'm going to show you what the pictures are. I got to find, we're in the wrong place here. We got to go in here, and we got to go into here, here, forensics, then we got to go over to lab 10, and photos. These are the photos. Does that help? Can you see them quite well?
Yes,
Yeah, that's course.
All right, let's zoom in a little bit. So these are this year's photos.
I like the one that says top secret.
Yeah, I want that one.
Okay, top secret password. Okay, there's somewhat of a theme here. I just had to come up with some pictures real quick. So look at these.
These are all from your history show.
Oh, yes. One of them is pretty simple. Like where to go, let's find it. One of them, I don't know, might be pretty simple.
Oh, I know. I heard.
Pump 2,
There's a Volt.
V-Power, Chevy Volt. I mean, come on. That's kind of a giveaway.
Sure, tell me that's
Also
not
the
the
receipt
picture.
one. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so how about, let's see. Do you see... I can't show you the rest. Okay, I can't let you see them now. But there's also some extra credit. Just let me know what it says and how you got it.
Yeah, it'd be quick. Enter only the complete.
Oh, you-
entire photo name.
Oh, that's for the question above it.
Just let me know what
So
it
while we're
says.
running through it, there's going to be a little note that says you found the extra credit.
Well, let's start here. Maybe, what's the super top secret password? That might help. I mean,
Ah,
okay.
that
And it might help.
probably has a password on it.
And, oh, huh. Top secret password.
There's a password.
I'm just saying, this might help a little bit, okay? But it's not hard. It's pretty easy. Just do the easy ones.
There's some kind of catch.
Yeah, there's always some kind of catch. But do the easy ones, and as you get them done, obviously if you're done with picture whatever, then move on to other pictures. So, do the easy ones. Don't. And the people in the past have started with question 1 and beat themselves up because they couldn't get question 1. Just move on to question 2 and come back for question 1. That kind of stuff. Yes, sir.
How long do we have to complete this?
35 minutes, starting now. You got till next week. Okay? You got a week. Yes, sir.
How many more weeks of class do we have?
I think there's only 2 more projects. Yet, I have an idea for a bonus project. I just haven't done it. We'll see.
So it's going to be pure bonus? It's not going to be like...
We don't know.
Right?
That has come up to be decided. Yes, sir.
Are we going to have a final?
Yes, you will have a final. It'll be very similar to the midterm.
Can we have more time?
Yeah, because you've already used up the other time, so I got to give you more time for the next one. No, you have to do it at the same time. Yes, I'll give you more time.
Okay. So that
But it will be approximately the same percentage of time. No, actually, you will get more time because the next one actually involves analyzing an image. So I'm going to give you like 30 seconds long. No. No, you'll get more time. Okay, my point is, if you do the projects, you should be able to answer the question. I do not want you to skip out on the projects and just be able to solve them, and you know what I mean? Come on. The hex data, what file type was this? Should have been like 2 seconds for all of you. Gary Kessler's page, boom, there it is. You should have been on it. So, but that's exactly what your final is going to be. And I will let you more about it when we get a little bit closer. Okay? All right, so 20 images. They're up there. It opens in 1 minute. Then you can start playing with it. So, all right.